Hey you chefs, welcome to this week's cook along. You've got your box by now. If you've not and you're just watching along to see what we do, fantastic. You'll see it all how it gets put together. So unpack your box, it's all colour coded and numbered as usual, really easy to follow. For now I'm going to go through each recipe and show you how I present it up and hope you enjoy it. Lovely little vegetarian starter. We've got salt baked celeriac terrine. So we've wrapped the whole celeriacs in salt baked terrine, we've baked them till they're soft in the oven. There you've got it. It's all layered up with winter truffle in there, really nice and pungent. Most important, have this out, sat on the side for at least sort of 15-20 minutes before you want to serve it. Then I've got my celeriac veloute there, I've got my truffle brioche and a little herb oil. This brioche needs to go in the oven for about 6 minutes, so let's get that in. Bake it in the UV chef paper, it'll keep it nice and moist. And then your celeriac terrine, when we come back I'm going to heat my bowl up and I'm going to put my terrine in my bowl, heat the soup up and then we'll serve up. So, almost ready to serve up now. Just got my herb oil just there. Bowl's heating up under the grill. Herb oil's just going in, look at that jet green, really nice. So herb oil's there, the terrine, take your little bit of rapeseed oil, little top tip, rub it into the top, get a beautiful shine. And then also just a little bit of molten salt on the top. Then we've got our dish, nicely warmed up. Our celeriac veloute, just heated that up with a whisk, just giving it a stir so it doesn't catch on the bottom. Take your fish slice under the terrine into your bowl, and then we send it with this cling film just on the outside. Remember to take it off though, but that keeps the terrine nice and together. Then take your celeriac. Don't pour it on top, pour it all the way around. Love a combination of hot and cold here, really nice. Then we've got our herb oil, like so. I'm just gonna take a bit of time, put some nice dots all the way around. Like so, and I'm going to come back with a little bit of rapeseed oil as well. I love a little difference in colour. Look at that, simple and beautiful. Let's grab our brioche, little serving dish. There we go. Then take your brioche. Just unwrap that. Again, a little bit of rapeseed oil just on the top. Beautiful shine. Tiny bit of moulding again. And then I like to just slice through, not quite all the way. Open that up, just on the side. There you have it. Lovely celeriac terrine with that Perigord truffle in, celeriac veloute and warm truffle brioche to dip in. Vegetarian main course, we've got our shallot tarte fine, so we've got the puff pastry there with our roasted shallots on the top and a little bit of thyme. Also we've got some little shallot marmalade just underneath, really nice. Then we've got our winter vegetables in here, we've got some baby carrots, we've got some chard and radishes. Get the lid back on there loosely and both of these going in the oven 10 to 12 minutes. So let's get them cooking. Here we go. And then when we come back, you've got sauce Soubise. Like an oniony sauce with cream in there. That's going to go into my pan of boiling water just to heat up slowly. Sauce Brioche with some caramelised onions in there, red wine, and we've got our crispy shallots. I'm just going to pass them through the oven just for about 1 to 2 minutes just to crisp up, and then we're back to plate up shortly. Let's serve up our shallot tarte fine. Sauce Soubise all warmed up in the pan, and I've just warmed my little winter sauce Brioche a little bit as well. I've got my vegetables and the plate. So on top of that shallot tart, just a little bit of rapeseed just to give it a little shine. And as always, a tiny bit of seasoning. Then I'm going to get some of my crispy shallots and let's just garnish those around just before we put the dish together, like so. Right, let's take our sauce first of all. And this is going to sit under, you're not actually going to see this, so put quite a bit on. And just spread that out thinly. Then we'll get our vegetables. And here, as I say, you've got some nice rainbow chard. So let's put those in the centre. Baby carrots. I'm going to let some of those kind of sit out on the plate. Little radishes. And then get a fish slice just underneath your Tarte Fine. Lifts off all nice. Sit that on the top. And then finish with your sauce Brioche. So take some of those little shallots. You see that's where we cook them in that red wine. Just place those on top, a few more. So every mouthful you're going to get a little bit of vinaigrette Brioche, that sweet puree, and then give it a stir. And sauce around. You can always put more on the table. And there you have it. Lovely winter Tarte Fine of shallots with that really nice sauce Brioche. Enjoy. This is our dark chocolate and banana miso delice here. So you've got a chocolate brownie just on the bottom, then that really rich mousse, and then we put a really nice chocolate glaze on there, and then of course some edible gold flakes on there to finish it off. This has been out 15 minutes, warming up, really, really important. Then a little chef tip, just either a hot grill or blowtorch, but only just licking the top of it. So I'm just gonna, just seconds, out it comes, and then you almost get that mirror in there. I can see myself in the top. Amazing. So, put it onto your board, and then use your fish slice very, very carefully underneath. Look at that. On your plate. Then, what we're going to do, we've got our fresh passion fruit seeds, and we've got our passion fruit gel in this little piping bag. Remember, after you can, of course, any left over, you can keep it. This will last for easily a week. Just in the fridge. So, cut the end off, gather it in your hand, and it turns into a little piping bag. You can do a little test one just on the board before you go, and then I'm going to go just like that. Yep, passion fruit seeds for a little crunch and lovely bit of zing just to go through that chocolate all the way around. There we go, simple as that. Restaurant dessert, plated up by you in your own home. Chocolate delice with banana and miso.